Hi guys, this is Sarah Grace and today I'm bringing something random. So today we're going to talk about UK car insurance and how to get it cheaper. So basically, if you're a provisional driver, make sure that you get provisional insurance because that shows the insurers, if you pass with no kind of like claims, that you've had insurance at your most high risk time and you didn't get in an accident. That is really good. So you need to get that first year as a provisional driver. Obviously when you're a provisional driver, car insurance is quite expensive, so make sure that you're the first driver, the main driver, and add your parents as like the second drivers, but only add like 2 more, because if you start adding quite a lot it does actually make your premium go up. So make sure that you're the main driver so that you earn no claims bonus, because that's really important. If you're the second driver, even though it makes it cheaper, it's not worth it because you're not going to get that experience with no claims, and no claims is what makes your insurance cheaper over the time. So make sure as a provisional driver you get your no claims bonus for that first year. That's really important. So the ways that you can make it cheaper is by using Top Cashback, which is a website where when you type in retailers you get cashback for using those services if you buy something through them. And if you don't get cashback, you can make a claim and then go for that procedure and get cashback basically. So you want to make an account with Top Cashback, and then you want to use that to go to like confused.com or comparethemarket.com. If you're employed or you're a student, that goes down well. If you're self-employed, that also goes down well. But if you're unemployed, your premium will go up by about 50 quid or like 80 quid depending on who you go with. So you really want to try and make sure that you're employed, or at least like, I don't know, join YouTube or join some kind of website where you're earning an income so you can say you're self-employed, because that really does help. I just want to mention with the secondary drivers, if you've got like your mom, say you've added your mom and she's not had an accident in like 3 years and she's quite a lot older, that'll go down well. But also you can add like a random cousin who's like 60, maybe not a cousin then, maybe an uncle who's like 60, and that'll be fine as long as you ask them. But they don't really know that they're on the policy, but it's always good to ask them, you know, to be polite. So for me, I've had my car insurance for 3 years, including my provisional, so that's like 3 years no claims bonus, and I'm 26 years old, and currently my car insurance is 270, which is ridiculous. That's really cheap, especially for only having car insurance for 3 years, and my excess has gone down to I think £85, which it's mainly because I'm over 25. Before that there was like a £250 excess anyway that has to be across everyone. But the thing that helps with your car insurance is don't get like a newer car. Make sure you get one like from 2003 to 2006. If you go past 2003, say you're going for like a classic car, your car insurance will be a lot more anyway, because they see those as like, I don't know, more of a high-risk car, the same as the newer cars are kind of like a high-risk car. Really, you don't want to get an expensive car because it makes your premium go up. And then, saying that, if you're looking for a car that's within 2003, 2006, try and get a petrol, because petrols for some reason are cheaper on car insurance than diesels. It's just my experience. But diesels get you that £30 tax, so it swings and roundabouts. Not all of them, but most of them. The Suzuki Alto, the first gen, that's an interesting one because it's £30 tax and it's a petrol car, but the car insurance for some reason on Suzukis, especially with me, seem to be more higher. So my Ford Ka has £200 tax, so that brings it up to about, you know, £470 overall costs. Add your MOT, add your breakdown, you're looking about £500. So it's like, it gets expensive quickly. But the Suzuki Alto, funny enough for me, with everything included, I'm looking about 650, because the car insurance on Suzuki Altos for me is just it's expensive. The car I do want to mention that's actually quite cheap is the Renault Clio. From that sort of range, you've got like 2003 to 2006, especially the 2002 seems to be quite cheap for me. I don't know why. and its tax I think is about 145 or 160, so that's kind of like mid-range. It's not too expensive, and funny enough they come in automatics, as like they're really popular with automatics. So if you're looking for an automatic and you've got your first year out of the way, provisional, then they're good for that. But most cars in the UK, as you'll be well aware, are manual cars, and that's just what it is in the UK. We don't have many people who want to drive automatics. It's mostly manual cars. Okay, so say you've had your car insurance, you've done your provisional, and now you're like, okay, I've done my first year, because your first year is going to be the most expensive, obviously. But once you've got that through and you've got 1 year's no claims, not all companies though will take that provisional license insurance time. Not all of them will, but on my experience everyone has. So then what you want to do is do some looking around again, do your quotes and all that. And then say to your current car insurance, hey, I found a quote here, can you match it? Most of the time they will, and then you'll stay with them, for example, but a lot of the time they won't, especially in my experience. I went with Admiral, and I was going to leave, and I'd found a quote for 320, which was a lot cheaper, and they said, no, stay with us, and if you remove your dad off the car insurance, you'll actually get it down from 320 to 275. And I was like, oh my god, that's the cheapest I've ever seen. It was cheaper than the quotes I'd ever seen, and that was with the same provider, and I was like, yes, please do that. So that happened, and yeah, my current car insurance is 275, and that is with me being self-employed, which isn't as good as when I was working, because when you're working it saves you about £30 to £50, like full-time, part-time. Self-employed's not quite as good, but if you put your unemployed, then you pretty much are going to be paying straight off another 50 or 80 quid towards your car insurance. So, don't be unemployed. Another good way to save money on your quotes is to put the actual mileage that you're going to use. So if you're going to be using like 10,000 a year, make sure you put 10,000. Don't go like, oh, maybe I'll do 15, or maybe I won't, maybe I'll do 8,000. Never round down. Round to about like, give yourself another 2,000 miles on top of it maybe, but don't like think, oh yeah, I'm going to be doing loads of miles, I'll do 20,000, because 20,000, man, you're going to be paying more for that extra mileage. So another thing is, when you're doing your quotes, don't always add the breakdown with it, because you can get breakdown cover elsewhere, the same as your legal cover, you can get that elsewhere. Don't actually need to put your legal cover into your car insurance, because they could charge you like 30 quid for that, whereas like you can get that along with your home contents cover, legal cover thing. You can get both of those, your transport and your home contents legal, for about 15 quid with a private provider. You don't need to get that with your car insurance. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that, oh, I have to get legal cover, I have to get breakdown cover all in one unit. You don't. You don't have to do that, and that's why car insurance websites will say like different things, like the breakdown, the legal cover will be separate, and they'll state how much that costs. So with your breakdown cover, if you've got a car older than 10 years, most of the time your breakdown cover is going to cost about 60 quid no matter where you go. It's just one of those things, it's expensive. If you go on Groupon, sometimes they have random good deals, but usually those are for the offers of a car that has about like less than 10 years. But sometimes you'll find good deals on Groupon especially. But yeah, always ring your car insurance and quote them with something that you found similar, because sometimes they can surprise you and say like, well, if we take this off, we can actually run you this and give you a good deal. You never know, so do your research. Don't just stick with the same provider, because your car insurance will go up even though you're a good customer who hasn't had any accidents or anything. It'll still go up, so don't let them trick you doing that, okay? They want people, I think, to just forget about the car insurance so they can just keep raising the premiums up. People won't notice, and then, they get in more money. Don't let them do that. Don't be that person. But yeah, hope you found this video helpful, and let me know if you want to see videos like this in the future, or comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll try to help you the best I can. Thanks for watching. Bye!